Who's the old bird?
Look at that.
Couldn't Burton the cornclave?
How does it feel being 80 years old?
Actually, like nothing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
No fireworks or
Yeah.
thunder and lightning or nothing. Just like turning 40, only double.
Only double.
That was nothing either.
What I find funny is how the older you get, time goes more quickly.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, like I'm 51 and
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
know.
52 in 6 months or a little over 6 months. So, and then in 8 years' time I'll be 60. So it goes so quick.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But when you're in your 20s and your 30s, everything takes so long.
Yeah.
And when you're in school, you just want to leave school, and it takes so long, and time moves so slowly. But then, as
Yeah.
soon as you hit 40, then it all comes to an end. Gradually.
When I was a little boy, I thought 500 miles was the ends of the earth, and $5 was a lot of money, and 5 years was forever. I remember thinking like that when I was 6 or 7 years old, but it ain't so.
No.
It ain't necessarily so. Methuselah lived 900 years.
Did anything happen on the day of your birthday?
Oh, they gave me a little cupcake at lunch with a candle on it, and they put a big sign on my door, "Happy Birthday, Jeffrey," that they didn't remove for the next 3 days.
Oh, good.
A couple of them sang happy birthday to me, but none of them knew I was turning 80.
Oh, they didn't actually
No,
know
no.
know the age. They just knew it was your
No.
birthday.
But that was quite a lot considering, because most people, they don't get anything, It goes unnoticed, Hey, little fella.
Yeah, I got that, but I didn't reply, because if I replied, then you'd know that I'm not driving. And because I'm not driving, I'm already here.
Is your vehicle the first one on the other side of the street?
Yeah, up there.
Yeah.
Slightly up the hill.
So when you got here, you didn't have to go along Anzac Parade at all. You mustn't have.
No, we took a turn up Lawson Street.
Oh, yeah.
At the crest of the hill, there's a road,
Oh.
and it takes you to Port Botany. I forget the name of the street. I think Purcell or something, or it's actually quite easy getting here.
Yeah?
It's just M5 and then Port Botany, and then you're here, basically.
Andy told me or gave me her new address. Oh, I think it was more than a year ago, and sent me a photo of it.
Yeah.
Told me exactly how to get there. But the lovely person she's living with doesn't want me to visit, so I won't.
Yeah.
I could tell Andy was totally dominated by this other person. I hardly ever said a word, and the other one says to me, "Oh, we'll let you pay." Yeah, I had to pay for all three of us. I mean, like, it wasn't a flaming date, was it? It was just like three people getting together.
Charming.
So, and I even complained to Andy about that quite a long time later. I said I didn't appreciate him, whatever, telling me, she let me pay. I said, that ain't right. I don't mind paying for me and you, but I ain't going to be paying for that person as well. Especially with the attitude. In Boyce Road for 2.5 years. But in November of '74, the Bennetts came down to see us, and we drove in their little Marina car all the way up to the Blue House.
Mm.
Because the factory where I had worked had closed down. That was one of the worst things that ever happened to me, that factory closing down. I would have happily stayed there till retirement. Happily,
How long were you there for?
About 3 years and 10 months.
Was that the Leyland factory?
Yeah. They couldn't compete with Mitsubishi, Toyota, whatever. No, nobody wanted their cars anymore. It was a damn shame, really, tragedy for me. How did I think I could live with your grandparents and help and be Howard's business partner? What a joke, man. What kind of business did he have anyway? I mean, the poor guy, I don't mean to speak ill of the deceased, but I think I used to help him. I used to pump up that
Pest
tank,
control thing, yeah.
I think he actually gave me $5 once. But what an idiotic thing. You can't live with... That's the stupidest thing I ever did, in my life, was to move up there with them.
Yeah, you don't...
And after 7 months, we found our own house in McLean. I think it was only $18 a week to live there. Can you believe that? $18 a week.
How much was it in...
$32 a week.
Yeah, big
for
difference,
a house,
eh?
For a brick house in Boyce Road, Maroubra Junction.
Yeah.
$32 a week. Oh. Huh?
What did you say again?
I said 56 years ago today I left my homeland.
Today. Wow.
And it was a Saturday then too.
And a Saturday as well.
And all the way from San Francisco to Sydney, total darkness, night. Didn't see any daylight. So I never saw the 31st of May. Just, for us on the plane, it didn't exist, because of the time differences and the,
Yeah, I think even today when you come home from America to Australia, I think you lose a whole day. So you leave on the 15th and arrive on the 17th or something. Well, I guess it depends on when your flight is.
When we left San Francisco, it was about 8 p.m. on the 30th of May. And when we got to Sydney, it was 6:30 in the morning, 1st of June, Monday. But the whole flying time was no more than 15 hours.
That's pretty
Yeah.
quick for back then. And you would have hugged the coast in those days.
Could have what?
You would have hugged the coastline, wouldn't you, back then? Like you wouldn't have just went across the Pacific, did you? Or did you go up
No,
north
we
and then
we
come
hugged
down?
we hugged the coastlines when I went to Vietnam.
Oh, when you went to
in
Vietnam.
'66, which I thought was strange. And then I looked at the globe and I said, "Oh yeah, we're right along the Anchorage, Alaska, Tokyo, Okinawa, Saigon. You know, all along the coastlines." Oh no, coming in here, we're just straight across. You know.
Oh, you would have stopped in Hawaii, wouldn't you?
It took about 4.5 hours to Honolulu, and then six hours from there to Fiji. Another 4.5 hours to Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the people smoke on the planes back then?
Oh, I don't remember. They probably did. It was only a Boeing 707. You know, the jumbo jets weren't allowed to land in Sydney at the time. Not until '71. They didn't. I don't know why. Maybe the runway wasn't big enough. Or, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's an old bat?
Look at that. People look so much better on camera, don't they? The camera lies, doesn't it? It takes about 10 years off your age.
God damn ugly motherfucker.
I like the tree behind you. See the tree?
Oh yeah,
It's very quite lush and green.
Yeah, very lush. Yeah.
So how long have you been here for now?
Oh,
This residence?
yes. As of yesterday, exactly 3.5 years. 3 years, 6 months yesterday.
Wow,
Yeah.
3.5 years. Wow.
Yeah.
And are you happy living here?
Oh, I'm content.
Content?
I wish it wasn't so noisy here. You wouldn't believe the noise. Oh, it's true.
What's the main noise? Other people?
Staff.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh, hell, you wouldn't believe it.
Wow.
I wish sometime they'd all go on strike for 3 days. You know, it'd be so peaceful here. But then again, some of the
How would you get your food if they went on strike?
well, I wouldn't
who
mind
would,
fasting, but some of these people are
Who
totally.
would change your toilet paper if they went on strike?
So, some of these people are totally dependent on the staff. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not really.
You're sort of like
A lot of time I skip lunch because I only get tablets, you know, at breakfast and dinner. I don't get any at lunch, so if I skip lunch, I'm not inconveniencing anybody.
yeah.
The nurse doesn't have to chase me with my tablets because I didn't go to the dining room.
Mm.
And so oftentimes I skip lunch because I just feel like, the morning goes so damn quick. I'm sick of always having to be someplace at a certain time. So I'll just, the hell with lunch. Say, and anyway, I don't like what's on the menu today.
Where did the name Brewer come from? Our family name is Brewer, but where did it come from? Isn't
Well,
Brewer
I don't-
an English name?
Oh yeah, it's a trade name like Cooper, Miller, Smith, Baker. It's one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a trade name. Yeah, Anglo-Saxon name. Yeah.
yeah. So basically, a long time ago, there would have been someone in England who's related to us by the name of Brewer.
I know there was 2 brewers on the first fleet.
No, I mean but not in Australia, but from where you come from. Where were you born?
Chicago.
Yeah. So the first fleet isn't really connected to us in any way. So
Oh,
so
no,
where was your
well-
dad born?
One of those fellas was a convict. The other one was a midshipman. One of them was on a Navy ship. The other was on a whatever, what merchant marine, whatever. I don't know, whatever they called the other kind of ships back then.
Where was your father born?
Wisconsin, the
And
state
where-
to the north of Illinois.
Do you know where his father was born?
Rising Star, Texas. Yeah, I googled Rising Star. It's a small to medium-sized town in Texas. Yeah,
And where was your mother born?
Chicago.
Do you know where her mother was born?
LaSalle, Illinois. It's about 160 kilometers west of Chicago, a bit southwest. My great-grandparents immigrated from Germany in 1884, and for some reason they settled in LaSalle, Illinois. And they had one child who was 2 years old, who was born in Germany. She was the eldest, and they had 9 other kids in America. So 10 kids altogether. But about my father's father, I don't know zip.
Mm.
I don't know where his parents were born. I know that his natural father died when my granddad was only 2 years old. And then his mother married this guy his surname was Henry. And my granddad always just referred to him as Mr. Henry. He never ever called him Dad, or he never called him my stepfather. He just called him Mr. Henry. Every time he ever mentioned to him, this guy. So he mustn't have, I don't know, resented the fact the guy even existed, I guess. He sure had no affection for him. But, or maybe he married my grandmother who was a Protestant.
So which one was going to become a priest? Your great-grandfather?
No, my granddad, Grandpa Brennan, my mother's father. Yeah, he was going to be a priest.
And the whole family were Catholic, were they?
Yeah, they no doubt still are. One distant relative was a nun who was secretly in love with Uncle Jim.
Yeah.
Uncle Jim, when he was here, he said, she writes me 10 letters. Out of 10, I put 9 in the paper shredder. He said, I only look at one. He said this back in '89 when we were over there. He said Sister, what was her name? Sister Patrick Eileen. What kind of name is that for a nun? Sister Patrick Eileen.
Oh, it might have been.
Anyway, that was her name. That was her religious name.
Oh, yeah, maybe she picked 2 saints
And,
instead of one.
She wanted him to be the executor of her estate. And I remember him telling us a story back in '89. He said, I was thinking she had maybe $10,000. He said, it was more like $500,000. She had $500,000. Well, so much for poverty, chastity, and obedience in the order she was in. I mean, those things mustn't have existed.
Yeah.
Unless somehow she accumulated all this wealth secretly.
Maybe she
somehow.
got it from the collection plate.
I'll never forget that guy at St. John's that took change that time. Oh, man. He
Put in a 50 and took out $49.
I couldn't believe it, man. And then he wanted to keep the plate on his lap and then move it on.
He wanted to have his cake and eat it.
Ah, unbelievable. Some people are unreal, you know.
So what are your fondest memories of your parents when you were a child? Or young?
Fondest memories of my parents. All the places my dad took me to, like every Friday night we go to the cinema. For years, every Friday night we go to the movies. Until I was 12 years old, and I saw a movie that scared me so much that he took me out of the cinema before the movie even finished. I was terrified. I was like this, you know. Down, you know, he took me out. And we went to some place right across the street. I think he just had to use the toilet. I think it was a tavern or something. A real dark place. I can remember it so vividly, the whole thing. I was 12 years old, and he told me beforehand, he said, no, you don't want to see that kind of movie. You wouldn't like it. It was the way they advertised it. See, I was a crazy kid. I was all interested in. It's hard to pin down the fondest memory, though. Really, I've just got memories.
Yeah.
I really can't say which is the fondest.
I guess I meant
You know,
good memories.
all
You know,
the
like,
memories
yeah.
of my parents are good. You know, really. I wish I had been a better son, because I wasn't a good son at all. I was selfish. Really, just selfish. It was selfish to, you know, disloyal. And my poor mom, the last 20 years of her life, I hardly ever wrote her a letter or rang her up on the phone or anything. From 1994, when I came back from there, until she died in 2016, I hardly contacted her at all. And that's a terrible thing, you know. I don't know why. I just had the funny feeling, oh, she'll live another 10, 20 years. Well, I've got plenty of time to write her and ring her up. No, you ain't got plenty of time, dude. You're a bad son. You don't honor your father and mother, which is one of the 10 Commandments, that you should honor your parents.
Look at that. People look so much better